Hi, welcome to Home Farm. Today we're taking a look at the TROBOLO TeraBloem compostable toilet.
TROBOLO very kindly reached out to us and asked us if we would be interested in trying out their compostable toilet. Now this is something a little bit further out than our usual scope of product reviews that we do, but we actually have an Instagram channel, and on that Instagram channel we really focus on our sustainable lifestyle and our gardening and everything that we grow here at Home Farm. And we have a lot of followers that run their own allotments, and also the area that we live in is very rural, and so we have a lot of areas around us where residents actually have their own log cabins, or they have, for example, kind of like glamping pods and things that they rent out. When TROBOLO contacted us and said, would you be interested in looking at a compostable toilet? We'd never heard of it, we didn't know what it was, so we were just really intrigued and thought, okay, let's check it out and see what it's all about.
So what really makes this toilet sustainable is that it doesn't use water. And obviously it doesn't connect to main. So we've got our own home sewage treatment plant, and we also have quite a lot of water failures where we are. So quite often we're left in a situation where the water goes off for maybe there have been days we've been without water for 2 days.
Yeah.
So, you know, you've got one flush, second flush, third flush, and that's the amount of toilets that we've got in the property. And after that, you can't flush the toilet.
Then you're in the garden.
So instead of having to go out into the garden and actually using the facilities outdoors, we can actually position this particular toilet in our studio, for example, where it does.
You could do it in a shed. You could do it.
Oh, you can put it anywhere.
Anywhere. You could really put it anywhere where there's obviously enough ventilation and you feel comfortable, but you have some privacy. So the toilet arrived flat packed. TROBOLO do have a number of different kind of sizes and options, and they kind of get more elaborate. This is like a really small compact one. So this is really great for something like, for example, a glamping situation, a little log cabin, tree house, that kind of thing. So anything like that, or for example, if you've got an extra shed and you want to pop it into the shed and have your own little toilet. For example, we have a 2-acre property here. So if you've got like a long property, you've really got to go out to certain fields. Actually, in fact, the next door to us, the farmer here, he has a number of fields, hundreds of acres, and actually just down at the bottom of one of those fields, right in the center of all of the land that he owns, is actually a kind of an outhouse. That kind of situation is fantastic. Also really good, for example, if you're doing like a self-build, or you're really stripping back and renovating your property and you know you're not actually going to have facilities for a long time. Something like this could be really useful as well.
So we've got the TeraBloem model, which is quite small, and you can get it with an exhaust pipe at the back. This is just the bog standard one, pardon the pun, that actually arrived. So basically, to make the odors a little bit more controllable, you can use sawdust after you finish. So you can still use toilet paper, and then you can cover it with a bit of sawdust, which basically helps absorb some of the liquids, and it basically kills the smells. You can buy the sawdust from TROBOLO. or you can actually use your own. So we chainsaw a lot. If you've got a miter saw, for example, you get a lot of sawdust. If you start collecting stuff like that and just keeping it in jars,
Yeah.
you can very easily just use that to cover it over, and it also emits a bit of a pleasant woody smell on top of that, especially if you're sawing through things like cedar wood. You can get nice aromas with that.
Very true. So what makes TROBOLO, the toilet, so different and unique is the fact that the system that has been designed in such a way that the seat, the bowl, the toilet bowl, it's plastic molded, and it's molded in such a way where it basically separates the two waste products. So your solids kind of fall into the back area, and then your liquids go down the front area, and they separate the two. And it's that separation that really helps to minimize the smells and odors that you would normally get out of a toilet.
So there's a number of ways that you can actually deal with the waste. For example, if you are in a property that is still connected to main sewage, you can simply, bring the actual containers back and just flush them. On our small holding, what we'd probably do is with the actual urine itself, that can go into a compost heap, or we can dilute that and actually put it onto the flower beds, because it's going to be very rich in nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Dealing with the solids is slightly different. TROBOLO actually do sell a composter bin, so you can actually take the contents from your toilet and put it in there, and over time that'll become humus. And they also sell biodegradable liners that you can actually put into the container bucket that you can basically then just take out and get rid of in general refuse.
It also comes with an airtight lid for the solids bucket and a screw top lid for the liquids container. I have to say that when we opened it, I was really impressed with the quality. The wood that they've used is really nice. It's sustainable forest wood. It's like almost like a plywood. It really feels durable and feels like it really can take some weight. It just was really nicely finished. It was really smooth. It had been sanded down really nicely, and it just looks really kind of inconspicuous. You actually don't kind of look at it from a distance and think, oh, toilet. You actually just think kind of, oh, wooden box.
So they actually do an outhouse type structure. So if you need that privacy, you can actually have that. It's a really simple design. We followed the instructions in the manual. It took us about half an hour to assemble the whole thing. They give you all of the screws, they give you all the tools that you need inside the actual box. And from that perspective, really easy to do. So the toilet itself is actually quite lightweight. I'd probably say it's about 10 to 15 kilograms. It is quite easy to move around, which is what makes it ideal for putting into a camper van, for example, or if you're going to go camping. It is quite portable and quite easy to do.
I think it just goes to show that you don't have to have horrible, chemical, nasty, smelly toilets. I was once at a lavender farm, and they sell obviously lavender. They have like essential oils and those kind of things, and it was all very, very natural and beautiful. And unfortunately, at the very back, they didn't have a built toilet. They actually just had a porta cabin. And when I nipped in there, it was absolutely awful. It had a horrible blue gunky liquid around the toilet. It really, really smelled. I didn't want to. I just kind of walked in and went, no, it's okay. I'd rather not. I'll just wait till I get home. And I just kind of left and just thought, yuck. And it just didn't work with the sustainability angle and how beautiful the whole lavender farm experience was. And I just think that there's absolutely no need for that when there are these kind of products on the market. It's clean, it's natural, it's simple, it's chemical free, and it just does the job, really nice and easy, and really low impact on the environment. So if you're looking for somewhere where you're not going to get caught short and you're able to have a nice, clean, comfortable, eco-friendly experience, hopefully private, then this is definitely something we would recommend you look at.
So I hope that you found this video useful and interesting. If you did, as always, hit that subscribe button below, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on our next video. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.